Well, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about the area and perimeter of semicircles from more of an applications perspective, meaning we have been given this shaded area that we need to find, and I almost think that this almost kind of looks like an umbrella. So what we want to do is find the area here, and I want you to think about if I was to draw a line, if I was just to draw a nice straight line across here, you see that we have a large semicircle, and out of it they've taken two smaller semicircles. That's exactly how we're going to find the area. We're going to start with the larger, or the largest shape, and we're going to find the area. Now again, this is a semicircle, so for semicircles we start by finding the whole circle. Remember that? So with the area of the whole circle, well, that would be pi r squared, and the whole circle is 3.14 times the r is 4, right? Half. So from here to here, that is my radius, so times 4 squared. So when I put that in my calculator, I have 3.14 times 4 squared, or 16, which equals 50.24, or 50 and 24 hundredths. Now that's the largest. That's if I wanted to find the area of this entire space. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of the smaller semicircle. Oh, wait a second, before we find that one, don't forget that was the whole circle. So to do the semicircle, we're going to divide that in half. We should do that first. Let's go ahead and divide that in half. So that equals 50.24 divided by 2, which is 25 and 14 hundredths. Okay, now let's focus on the smaller one. So let's do the smaller. Now the smaller shape, again, it's a circle, so we're going to find the area of the full circle. So pi r squared, so I'm going to use 3.14 times the radius of the smaller circle. Now, if this was 4, then that means that the radius here is only 2, right? It's half. So times 2 squared. So 3.14 times 2 squared, or times 4, equals 12 and 56 hundredths. Now, if you think about it, let's just go ahead and think about finding the semicircle so we can look at each one individually. That means I'm going to take the 12 and 56 hundredths, and I'm going to divide it by 2, which will give me 6 and 28 hundredths. So this entire the largest, so if I had everything here and there was nothing taken out, I would have 25 and 14 hundredths. And if I take out 1, I'm going to take out a 6 and 28 hundredths, and then I have to take out the other. So really we're just going to take 25 and then subtract out the 628 for 1, and then I'm going to subtract out the 628 for the other. So my total area of the shaded region, is, let's see here. Oh, error. That's not good. Let's try again. $25.14 minus 12 and 58 hundredths. So 12 and 58 hundredths. Now, if you were thinking, why couldn't I just take out a full circle instead of dividing that in half, because 2 half circles makes 1 full circle? You absolutely could have done that. I just wanted to show you that you're taking out each individual half circle in case they were not equal. So that's finding the area. So the area of the shaded area, or the area of the shaded section, is 12.58 inches, and area is squared. All right, then you want to look at the perimeter. So let's go ahead and pause here, and we'll get that one started. All right, so for the perimeter again means outside, right? So I want to go all the way around the outside of our shape or our figure that we've been given. So if I think about that, here, let me get a different color. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to figure out the outside, the top umbrella, the top hue. Now remember, when I'm talking about perimeter and it's a circle, I'm looking for circumference. So I'm going to find the whole circumference of, this was an entire circle, because then I just want half of it, right? So that's pi times d, so 3.14 times the diameter. Now that's all the way across, so that would be times 8. And so 3.14 times 8 is 3.14 times 8 equals 25 and 1400ths. Now I only want the half circle, so I'm going to divide that in half, which is 12 and 5600ths. So this part up here is 12 and 5600ths, just the green part. Well, I'm going to keep going because now I need to know what is the perimeter here, because I'm just going around the outside. Well, again, that is a circle, and I'm going to find the circumference. That's what the perimeter is, the circumference of the full circle. So 3.14 times the diameter. Well, of this, just this one section here, the diameter is 4. So times 4. So 3.14 times 4 is 1256. Now remember, I only want half of it. I just want the semicircle. So I want half of that circumference. So we divide the 12.56 by 2, and that would be 6.28. So here, this section here is 6.28. Now think about it. This is the exact same semicircle, right? So we already know what this one is. We don't have to find two different ones. So to find the perimeter, we just add it all up. So the perimeter equals the 12.56 plus the 6.28 plus the 6.28, which is a total of, my perimeter equals 25.14 or 25 and 1400ths. And it says here that we want to round to the nearest tenth. Look at the directions there, to the nearest tenth. So if I round it to the nearest tenth, my perimeter is going to be 25.1. And perimeter is one dimension, so inches. So 25 and 1/10 of an inch is our final perimeter for the outside of this figure that we've been given. So think about going all the way around. Think about circles as full circles, and then divide them into what you need to divide them into. Remember that perimeter for a circle is finding the circumference, and the circumference of a circle is pi times the diameter. And we're just using 3.14 here so that we all get the same numbers when we round.